Hello everyone, Chris Lashava with RE/MAX Heritage Professionals, and we are once again at the end of another month. We're here at the end of November. We're in the holiday season. And so let's get into our stats. This is for the city of Winter Haven, Florida. This is for stats through the end of October 2023. Closed sales, we had 72 closed sales compared to 65 a year ago, an increase of 10.8%. Cash sales as a percentage of closed sales, 30.6% of all sales were cash sales compared to 33.8% a year ago, a decrease of 9.5%. Median sales price in Winter Haven, $295,078 compared to $302,990, a decrease of 2.6%. Average sales price, $289,217, that's compared to $296,049, a decrease of 2.3%. So we did see a slight drop in home prices compared to a year ago. Median percent of original list price, sellers are receiving 97.1% of list price. That's compared to 100% a year ago, a decrease of 2.9%. Median time to contract, 31 days to go under contract compared to 20 days a year ago, an increase of 55%, definitely taking longer to sell homes. And for homes above the median or average sales price, it's taken even longer. Median time to sale, 68 days compared to 63 days a year ago, an increase of 7.9%. New pending sales, 71 compared to 59, an increase of 20.3%. New listings, 115 new listings compared to 85 a year ago, an increase of 35.3%. So good news for home buyers. We are seeing an increase in new listings in Winter Haven. Pending inventory, 83 homes pending compared to 89 a year ago, a decrease of 6.7%. Active inventory, 315 homes are active in Winter Haven compared to 247 a year ago, an increase of 27.5%. And then month supply of inventory, we're up to 4.2 months supply of inventory compared to 2.7 months a year ago, an increase of 55.6%. So while we're still in a seller's market, we're getting closer and closer to a balanced market at 6 months of inventory. Tune in as we talk a little bit about what all of these numbers mean. So this month we saw, I would say, good news for home buyers. We saw home prices drop a little bit, not significant, but a little bit. What's probably more important is that we saw an increase of inventory, which is probably partly why we saw a decrease in home prices. But the most important thing we saw is the last several weeks we've seen a relatively significant drop in interest rates from close to 8% to right around 7%, 7.25%, depending on who you talk to and what hour it is of the day. So the combination of a lower mortgage rate and slightly lower home prices and more inventory, in a lot of ways, this may be the best market that buyers have had to look for a home in a number of years, really since before the pandemic. And so, my advice, if you're a home buyer out there, is while we do expect interest rates to continue to go down and probably go down quite a bit more in the spring and summer, the problem is if you wait till then to purchase your home, you're going to see increased competition. And increased competition means that home prices are going to go back up. So right now, in the near future anyway, might be your best time where you have a balance of a slightly better mortgage rate, better home prices, and less competition, more inventory for you to choose from. So if I were considering buying a home right now, looking at the tea leaves and sort of what's happening with the real estate market, I think I would really suggest to you that now is a good time to start looking and really get active in your home search. Again, I think if you wait too long, if you wait till spring or summer, we're going to be back to kind of pandemic level craziness in the market. And that's not a lot of fun. That's trying to go see a house as soon as it goes on the market, being up against 5, 10, 15 other bidders for the house, having to waive all your contingencies and inspections and appraisals and bid over asking price and probably over home value and waiving appraisals and all that stuff. And as a home buyer, that is not the ideal situation for you to be purchasing a home, especially if it's your first home. you're much better being in a market where you can maybe get some concessions, seller concessions. Maybe you can get a 2-for-1 buy down. I know I have one of my listings. The sellers are offering a 2-1 buy down, so that the interest rate will be bought down for the first year 2 percentage points, the second year 1 percentage point, and then the third year you'd pay whatever the prevailing rate is. The thought being, by the time we get to that third year, you could refinance and be at a much lower mortgage rate than, say, 7.25% or 7%. And that saves your monthly payment that first year about $400 a month, depending on the price of the home. At least several $100s a month it would take off your monthly mortgage payment, which is really what you should be concerned about more than the price of the home. So that's kind of my advice. I think sellers are willing to give those kinds of concessions right now. I think if you wait till spring and summer, they may not need to, and so they won't. Sellers are only going to do what they need to do to sell the home. And so if they don't need to offer concessions, they're not going to. I never thought it was a good idea to waive inspections. I just think there's too many risks involved. I always think an inspection's a good idea. So I never liked being in that kind of a market. So I do think it's a good time right now to start ramping up your home search and not waiting till spring and summer when it's going to get busier and you're going to have more competition. That was a very frustrating market for a lot of home buyers because it can get exhausting and disappointing to keep seeing a house you love and then not being able to get that home. So I definitely don't think you want to wait for that kind of a market again. Anyway, I hope you found this information helpful. Please, if you found it helpful, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Encourage your friends and family to subscribe as well. I hope to continue giving good information out on this channel. Tips and tricks and information about our local area. If you know of anyone looking to buy or sell in Central Florida, I hope that you'll contact me and let me help them. I'll take great care of them. Have a great day, everybody.